Hi guys, how you doing? You here with Vuyo Khala, Vuyo for short, from Eagle's Eye Business Chamber. Today I'm here with Dr. Angelique Coetzee, a true medical pioneer in her own right, a medical entrepreneur. She sat on multiple medical boards and has done a lot for the industry, but she can only do justice for her own story. How are you doing today, Doc?
It is a great honor and privilege for you to be here with you and the team today. And I think you have a great organization. And to all the viewers out there, you see Eagle's Eye Business Chamber, please become part of this. This is something that is going to do well going forward. It's for our people, and our people is not my people who's white. Our people is for our people.
Yeah.
Everybody that is in this country, which is our people.
Doc, I think what was so important to have you, and thank you so much for the kind words, by the way, but what was so important to bring you onto the show was to show people, because there's a misconception that we only for businesses. And I think we wanted to highlight that there's a space for professional people as well. And I know that although you're professional, you're also a medical entrepreneur yourself. Can you just tell us a bit about your journey into business?
Yes, it's a very important question that you're asking. And it is or if I can give young people advice, nothing in life comes easy. You have to work. The first few years when you want to go into business, especially in the medical field, it's not going to be roses. It's going to be tough. It's going to be hard. You're not going to get rich. In any case, if you want to go in medicine, because you want to get rich, you're in the wrong place. Because you need to go into medicine because you want to make a difference in people's lives. So from a medical point of view, I graduated in 1985 when some of you was not even born yet.
It's not even a thought.
Not even a thought yet. So now today, looking back at my journey, I was a very diligent, I worked very hard, diligent, had my kids, 3 kids, and everything was the patience. And then as you grow older, you start to realize there's something more in life than only just to do consulting work the whole day. And yes, my second advice to young people is you should never become your own brand. What you need to do is you need to diversify. So in the case of a medical doctor, if you become the one that the patients only want to see, you are your only brand. It means you cannot go on leave. You cannot really get someone else in to work for you. You're stuck to the office because you are the brand. If you're not there, there's no money coming in. So my advice is to young people, regardless whether you go into the medical world, is to get a second, different, where you can generate income, where it's not you. It's not depending on whether you are there or not. So you never ever put all your eggs into one basket. That's another advice I want to give to young people. And again, for young people, we didn't have Eagle's Eye Business Chamber when I was 30 years old or 40 years old. So again, my advice to young people will become part of a brother or sisterhood of business, a community of business, where there are people who can mentor you, where you can be part of something, and where you can say, I'm stuck. Help me. How do I do this? And no one is going to laugh. Yes, maybe we will laugh at you, but not laugh at you because you're saying something stupid, but laugh because, we've been there before and we know how to get you out of that.
And so not laugh at, but laugh with.
Laugh with, that's the right word. Yes. See? So for a youngster, you're good. Huh? You know what to say. So, and also my third advice here, you're never too old to learn. Do not think that you know everything. That day when you think you know everything, the Lord is going to put something on your path
that you're not prepared for.
That you're not prepared for, to humble you again. So never think you are too good or too big
to learn.
Yes, to learn.
So in terms of that, Doctor, when you're saying keep yourself humble before life humbles you, tomorrow if you had to lose everything, where would you start?
Tomorrow if I lose everything, what I will do, knowing this is my personality. Remember, each of us got a personality.
Different, yes.
My personality will say, okay, what happened? I maybe cry for about 2 or 3 hours.
Reasonable.
Reasonable.
I might do 5.
And yeah, maybe 5 as well. But other than that, I will say, okay, what can I do? How can I get out of this situation? So you try to switch it. What can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? And may I not ever again
repeat
that bloody exercise. Because if I repeat it and I do the same mistakes, the universe is going to put them again in my way. Until I learn,
fall into the same pitfall.
I'm going to fall in the same pit until I learn to get out of that. And then you move on. And as you move on, there will be another obstacle coming in. Because that's how life is. Life is not easy.
And as you said, if you keep your cup half empty, you'll be ready for the next challenge because you're always learning.
Exactly. And that's why I'm saying you're never too old to learn. Never, ever. And for me, I love people. I love to make it better. Very interesting, my personality. I could never understand, let me go one step back. I could never understand why I will do something and then I sort of get bored with it. If I can manage it, it's as if I need to move on to something else. I never understood that until at the late age of around about 45, I had a psychologist looking and say, evaluate my personality. And by the way, I took all my children as well to this just to get themselves to understand their personalities. I didn't want them to become 45 and then you finally understand why you do something and then you want something more.
Yeah.
Why can't you just not
stick to that?
Yeah. So it turns out that I'm a very choleric type of patient. Choleric person is good things. It means that I love to see and to manage and to the future. I can see where it should go. What I hate is the detail.
Oh, yes.
And I think I frustrate someone who loves the detail because I will say to you, listen, we need to do X, Y, Z. And then you will ask me, but how are we going to do it? And I says, I don't know, that's your work.
You're the visionary.
Yeah, I'm the visionary. I can say we must be there and I can walk with you, but I cannot tell you the small details. So that's why I will frustrate people like that. But now I also understand that that's part of my personality, why I would always do something else. In medicine, as I've said, actually around about 2000, I wanted to emigrate.
Okay.
And I got a job in Ireland. It was a very nice job. It was the pay, oh my boy.
Amazing.
It was amazing.
Eye-watering.
It was so nice. And it was a no-brainer. And then I said to my husband, and I want to immigrate. And my children were in proper English school so that they don't speak Afrikaans or English with an Afrikaans accent like me. I had everything planned. And then at number 99, my husband said to me, he's not going anywhere because there's no Bosveld. Can you believe? There was no Bosveld and he cannot go and hunt. I said, that's not something why we should not go to immigrate.
But again, it talks to having a different personality.
Exactly. And then I decided, you know what, let me stay. At that time, my children were already in the English schools. And I said, I leave them there. At least I know they would speak a proper English. But I then said to my husband, if we stay in South Africa, I'm not going to become one of those doctors who sit here and complain about everything. I'm going to get involved. So I don't think he ever believed me. And I got involved in the SAMA, the South African Medical Association. And that was around about 2006 that I got involved, 2006, 2007. And that actually changed a lot of my life or my path going forward.
Yes.
And there is also where I actually realized I've got a lot of leadership qualities that I never really realized in the type of work that I've done as a...
Until you found yourself in that environment, step into that leadership role.
So once if you understand that and you understand that part of your personality, it becomes more easier to understand why you do sometimes things that other people won't do. Why you just jump sometimes where other people will not jump. And you just say, let me jump.
But on the importance of understanding your personality, doctor, as you've highlighted, say you're not a detail-oriented person. How important is it to find the right partner to complement you in business?
Extremely important. Extremely. Because if you don't have the right partner, you will be frustrated and you will frustrate the other person.
Yes.
So when around about 4 years ago,
Yes.
my children said to me, Ma, you need to start with succession planning.
Okay.
And I said, okay, you can interview doctors. I'm not going to interview them.
Yes,
But,
yes, yes.
but
yes.
if you find someone that you think I need to look at, I will come into that last interview. To tell you the truth, it took us nearly a year.
A year.
So we couldn't find any, and we interviewed a lot of
Yes, yes,
doctors.
yes, yes.
Because it's always about the right fit.
The right mixture.
There must be, yes. So then there was one more candidate, and I said to the children, I'm not stop this succession planning. I will work till I die.
Yes.
They forget succession planning.
I'll do everything myself.
I had enough of succession planning.
Yes.
And they said only this one last application. So his CV lied 3 months on my desk.
Okay.
Then I finally said yes. And I said, but if this guy comes in here and I greet him in Afrikaans and he can't greet me back in Afrikaans, he's out.
Let's see, doctor. Do a try round with me.
Hello, Dr. Ashley.
I don't think I've got the job.
You won't get the job. But
Dit gaan goed en jy.
Exactly. But Dr. Ashley niet like you. And Dr. Ashley answered me in Afrikaans.
Yeah.
And about 5 minutes into the interview, I realized that our personalities is fine with each other.
Yes,
so now you have to understand, I am practicing in, 4 years ago, it was a lot of my patients were still predominantly white.
Yeah.
Now we've got a huge, big mixed community or patients, very diversified. Also, the area that we are practicing is diversified. So it's a middle class area. And I think I was the first doctor who actually employed a doctor of another color. Yes, as a partner.
So you've been a pioneer for a long time.
Yeah, but it's not about the color.
Yeah.
It's not about the race.
Yes.
It's about the fit.
It's competency.
It's a competency, and can he do the work?
Yes.
So that's why, if it wasn't for Dr. Ashley Coetzee, up until today, I would not have been able to do all the other work, because that actually freed my hands.
Yes.
Or loosened my hands so that I can do other work, the work that I actually also like.
Passionate about.
Yes, and I still see patients.
Yeah.
Every morning, I'm trying to see my patients. In the afternoons, I try to do my meetings and the stuff that also, after 40 years in practice, also give me a bit of a challenge.
Yes.
And something else than just having the same things every day. I always
at becoming better, doctor. Let me ask you, how important is it for you to challenge yourself as a person?
For me, it's very important. That's part of my personality. Otherwise, it's not me.
It's not worth it.
No, it's not worth it. I cannot for the life of me. That's why I'm always saying, I love to see the complicated patients, the patients with diabetes, hypertension, HIV, the complicated patients, because I have to use my brain. I have to use my skills. I need to work them out. And our practice, our surgery is actually one of the surgeries in the country, but seen by the medical schemes as a very good practice because of our outcomes. For me to see, I always say snot and sinus every day. There's nothing. I can't get excited.
You can't get out of bed for that.
No, I can't. I can't get out of bed for a headache anymore. But boy, if it's an uncontrolled diabetes or hypertension patient, that's what I love to do, the complicated things. And this is part of who I am. So I will die. And yes, I will never stop working. I would most probably die on the job because I will kill everyone if I stay at home. So I need to carry on. I'm going to be very much involved in Eagle's Eye. And by the way, all of you listen out there, again, try to get involved in Eagle's Eye. I think it's a good cause. And if you have to start in any case somewhere, especially the youngsters.
In terms of that, doctor, how important is it to have patience in business and have that long vision for where you want to go?
Very important, because if you need to have patience, patience to be...
No pun intended.
Yes. And you have to have a long-term vision, because if you don't have long-term vision, what are you working for? If you don't think, I can better myself, I want to do A, B, C, D, and you don't have a goal to work towards, then what are you? Just waking up every morning and go to work, hate the work that you're doing, and just smile. It's that smile, but in here,
There's tension.
you want to say, I'm going to kill you.
You want to burst.
I want to burst. So change that. People, if people listening to us here today, and they get that feeling when they go to work, then it's time to change. And there is no safe way to change. You have to jump.
Take the plunge.
You have to take that. And you need to understand that for at least 2 to 3 years, it's going to be hell. You're going to ask yourself, why did I do this?
What did I sign up for?
What did I sign up for? But if you're part of a community, a catch-up community, it makes it easier.
Yes.
And I must also say, I've got very good children. I love my children. I've got great children. And they will be the ones saying to me, Ma, why are you doing this? Or Ma, you're not listening to us. If you become my age, you then start to listen to the children. When they were young, they had to listen to you. So now as you get older, it's a bit different now.
It's humbling.
It's humbling. But I must say, sometimes you listen to your kids. That's why I say you're never too old to learn. There's a lot of wisdom in what they also say, and there's wisdom in what I also say.
Yes.
So it comes from both sides. But it's the ability to listen to each other, to not talk past each other, and to try to understand each other.
Yes.
Try to understand.
Find common ground.
Find common ground. Whether I like you, whether I don't like you, everyone's got something to say, and everyone's got an idea. If you just help them and encourage them to be themselves.
Create that safe environment.
To create that, yeah.
So, Doc, I love so much about the fact that you've brought up your children. I know they're successful in their own right. Because I know here at Eagle's Eye, if you look, it's where network builds power, power builds legacy. So legacy is very important for us. For you, I just want to get your opinion in your words, how important legacy actually is.
For me, legacy is one of the most important things. One day when I lie my head down in the ground, incidentally, I told them I don't want to go into the ground. I want to be, for us, cremated. So, and then you take my ashes and you throw it right in front of the surgery so they can watch you.
Wanted to work from the grave.
Wanted to work from the grave. But one day when that happens, I want people to say, she tried. She tried to make a difference. It's not about money. Money, do I get a lot of money? No. A lot of GPs are poor like me. We are really not. In the old days, we were rich. Now we're poor. Now we're like the average South African. I'm not talking about specialists. I'm talking about GPs. But so it's not about the money. It's about to try to make a difference. If I can make a difference in your life and you can wake up tomorrow morning and you have the energy and you create something because I empowered you, that's a success story. I can't change the whole world. I can't change my whole community.
But it takes one person at a time.
It takes one person at a time. You just need also, from my side, I also need to have the courage to do that. Also need to have the discipline. And I also must not think that I know better than you. Though sometimes I think we do better because of experience. But I must not push that into your face.
Yes.
I must listen to you.
Again, like you say, approach life with your cup of empty.
Yes, that's what we need to do.
But in Doc, we have a lot of entrepreneurs. A lot of people are starting their companies within our chamber. I think if you could just give them one piece of advice in terms of work-life balance, what would you say? Does it exist?
Phew, that's a difficult one. Because in the beginning, when you try to build your business, that thing that I've said, you become your business. You have to work hard. But you unfortunately need to have a balance. In the beginning, you'll have to have someone like a Lola that I have. It's about the relationships. Because you can't always be there for your family, but you need to have a good backup system. And then as your business gets better, you need to find the balance between your family. Because remember, at the end of the day, if you lose your family, You can be financially the richest person there is, but emotionally
Completely
the-
bankrupt.
completely bankrupt and the loneliest person there is. So it's to find that balance with a good backup system, and never, as I've already said, put your eggs in one basket. Start something else so that you always have something that you can fall back on in your line of work, especially if you want to start businesses. It's important. But unfortunately, in the beginning, you have to put your time in.
You have to.
You have to grow your business. You cannot grow your business if you are not there as well. And you don't employ a lot of people who need to understand your business. If you want to go into marketing, you need to understand the market. We need to understand how to balance the books. You need to understand how to work with people. You cannot employ other people and expect them to do that work for you if you do not understand the nature of your business yourself. That's a recipe for a disaster. So you have to get your hands dirty at ground level. Yes, to do the dirty work. And then as you manage that, you move up higher and you can hire someone to take over that part.
Slowly but surely.
Yes, because then you would know if that person's make a mistake. You would know from your own experience that this is what you need to look after, or what you need to stop, or what you need to do. But if you start with this thing, I'm going to start a business, going to employ a lot of people, I'm going to be the boss, I'm going to ride this nice car, lots of debt, it's not going to work. You can kiss it goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
But in terms of that, I want to know, have you ever experienced a failure in business?
Yes. I've made stupid mistakes.
And what did you learn from those?
Not ever to make them again. And to sometimes listen to other people and don't only trust myself.
Yeah.
But you also have to trust yourself in a way, because you need to be confident. But you should not be so confident, again, that you are too old to learn from other people. And take advice and ask a lot of people. And take the advice from people that you trust. Do not take advice from a guy that you have just met somewhere and you had this nice drink and he told you how great you are. And then,
Coke.
Clippies and Coke. Clippies and Coke is going to make you eat clippies. Definitely.
Thought you were right. You're a very humble person. I've enjoyed having you so much on the show. I think we've learned a lot from you. You've passed on knowledge to the youth. You've passed on knowledge to entrepreneurs. I'm very thankful that you were here.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
It's very nice. And thank you for asking me to come here. And it was very nice.
That was a good interview.